Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 8th week of this spring's 2016 semester. We are at the halfway point. This is kind of exciting because, we're getting kind of over that semester hump there. I've got two good readings for you this week, two really exciting readings. One of them is Elizabeth Gaskell's Old Nurse's Story. I know after last week's heavy-duty readings, especially the ones about child labor, you might want a little bit lighter reading this time. So I've given you this Elizabeth Gaskell story, The Old Nurse's Story, I think it's titled. The Old Nurse's Story. It's a ghost story. And I've had students comment on me that it starts off slowly, and it kind of does. But things really get cranked up once the demon child makes her first appearance. So I think you're going to enjoy this. I've actually was talking to one of my students who was reading ahead, and she said that she couldn't put it down. Once the story got going, she really couldn't put it down, and she was excited to post on it. So that is Elizabeth Gaskell. There was no way I could really combine the two postings this week, so I have to make you do two postings. The other one's on Christina Rossetti's Goblin Market. And I think when you read Goblin Market, the parallels between that poem and the Garden of Eden story in Genesis are going to be super obvious. It's going to be very obvious what those are. So I've got that's one of the posting questions. It's also about loss of innocence, and in this case it could be a sexual awakening, but it could also, like with the Lady of Shalott, could also be an experience awakening as well. So there's all kinds of parallels you can go on there. So make sure that you read both of those. I think you're going to enjoy both of those. They're probably going to be a lot more fun to you than the reading about children working in mines and being so dirty that the guys couldn't tell whether they were men or women. So this time, a couple of fun stories, a couple of coming of age stories, perhaps, if you will, which are always exciting, especially since most of you are just fresh out of high school anyway. So that is this week's readings. Make sure that when you look at the postings from now on, you'll just see numbers. I won't make comments on the postings anymore. I've already commented on 4 of them, so you should know what areas you need to improve on, because I made so many comments in the first 4 weeks. So from this point forward, when you see postings grades, you'll just see numbers and not actual comments. So that's this week's readings. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or if it's going to take a long time for me to answer, a phone call is usually the best way to go. And then there are a couple of you that actually are on campus and have stopped by your office or stopped by my office, and introduce yourselves to me. So that's it, and we will let's have a fun week, and we'll see you soon.